The following podcast may be explicit. One Joe Young presents Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG podcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. We're back in the shed with a special guest. It's a beautiful day and Valshond as our companions regroup after a few months away from each other. As we rejoin them, they're sitting at their table in the pig, catching up. Enjoy the podcast.
Hi, and welcome to the Shed for Adventures from the Shed. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. Of course, you can search us up on iTunes. Go find us on Facebook. Talk to us on Facebook. Actually, if you type on Facebook, it's a lot better than talking to us because we won't hear you if you're talking to us.
I mean, you could try.
You could try.
I would love that.
It's kind of like screaming into the void.
Yeah, we are here back in the shed. We're going to continue our campaign called A New Frontier in our world of Paradisa. Using the Dungeon World system, we're going to go around the table and say hi, but we're going to skip our special guest for last, starting here.
This is Chris playing Uriel, the Immolator.
Hey, this is Kurt. I am playing Brett the Ranger, and I'm super fired up to have a special guest!
And Bridget, playing Lenore, the cleric.
And I am Joe. I am the game master for this Dungeon World session. We have a special guest with us who has appeared once since the previous times he was here, but we have back with us Mike. Say hi, Mike.
Hi, this is Mike.
See, that's Mike.
He's OG.
Yes, Mike is one of our original gamers.
Yes.
He's definitely OG here. He was right here with us as we kicked off Adventures from the Shed. He's doing something of his own now, if you want to mention.
Yeah, I have the Dungeoneers podcast, which I'm really proud of, although they're a bunch of psychopaths. So
They are nut jobs and a half.
they sure are.
It's surprising how many people are proud of psychopaths. Usually they're moms.
I guess I'm their mom.
There you go. So we're going to continue back with our campaign, A New Frontier. Mike is joining us for as a special guest today to kick us off on a new adventure. I'm going to give us a little background.
Whoa, same
as to what's
adventure,
happened.
new storyline, right?
New chapter.
Still a new frontier.
Yes, it's the same campaign, a new adventure within the campaign. How about that?
And Trillium's not dead.
This is the sequel movie.
Not dead. So what we have today is Lenore, Breton, and Uriel are back together at the Spastic Piglet, or the Pig, in Valshond. The information that the party had gathered from Grooknock, the Hobgoblin King, didn't really pan into anything. There wasn't anything that really led you in a solid direction of who to chase next to figure out what was going on with the forest. Nothing really new happened in Harak as far as Drummond and the statue thing, and things just kind of petered out after a few weeks. So the characters have spent several months out on their own. Trillium has gone into hermit mode. We don't know when we'll see her again. She's kind of done with this whole civilization and adventuring thing for a while. She wants to just hang out in the forest and rebuild from the mess that Grooknock left behind. And in Valshond, it is harvest time for several of the crops around Valshond. Valshond proper is mainly livestock, but there are a lot of crops that grow around. And it's harvest time for that. They have a harvest festival coming up this weekend. Lenore, Breton, and Uriel have been invited back to Valshond. Uriel's kind of been there, but invited back because of the great work that those characters did in saving the stolen items and securing the town again. So you're invited as special guests at the Harvest Festival that starts tomorrow. But we open our scene with the three characters meeting back up at the Pig. And each of you has been doing something over the last few months. And the idea here is to let you guys talk about what you've been doing. We also, as a side note, we did a little level up in between last time and this time. So if you want to mention anything about what that means to your character, you're welcome to do that too. Now I'll take a breath and someone else can go.
I'll go ahead.
Ready, set, Kurt.
So, Breton, during the interim, has been kind of chasing after Drummond and the living statue for a few weeks.
So do this first person talking to the other characters.
Gotcha. So we're hanging in the Pig?
You guys are at the table that you used to hang out at the Pig.
We have a table.
Right.
It's actually our table now.
Yeah.
We always, if people are sitting there, they have to leave it.
There you
we
go.
get the table.
Well, in that case, I'm not
Who
going to
the
be really
waitress,
focused
like,
on
Tiffany or
talking. I'm going to be
something, or
focused on
Shelby?
Wendy, the serving wench.
Wendy?
Who
I thought it was
Wendy, I heard that Wendy's home is a really good place to go and hang out, particularly after a long day working. So, and she's a very, very attractive young half elf. So I'm kind of keeping an eye. I'm a little lonely since Trillium left. I'm feeling like maybe
She does love the double stack. I will say that.
I think that Brett might need
Juiciest burgers in the business.
you might need a little female companionship at some point during this episode, and Wendy just might be the half elf to provide it. But his
Is it
attention
always elves with you? I think
It is, it's a little bit of got a little bit of a thing for the elves, he tries to draw his attention back to the table and says, "Hey guys, I don't know what y'all have been up to. I was kind of pursuing Drummond and the statue, and man, I spent 2 or 3 weeks all over the place, asking, inquiring, using my disguises, of my natural charms, and man, I didn't get anywhere, and the trail just really went cold. So I don't know about you, but I've just kind of fallen back into my routine, and we got to find something fun to do because I like Valshond, and Wendy's really cute, but
Her red
it's not,
pigtails.
it's not quite as much fun as we were having before."
You're saying you like the big city action? You like what it goes down in Harak?
Well, it's Harak is wonderful. I love Valshond too. It's just there hasn't been much going on.
It's definitely more country.
It is more country.
Well, I'm glad you two have been having fun. I've been busy. We had that outbreak of the Savannah fever. So I've actually been working while you two have been off playing at whatever you do.
It sounds like you're complaining, but since people were suffering, I'm sure you were loving it.
My goddess was worshipped properly, and we were able to provide healing to all the people in the town that were affected.
You're suffering and healing. You should sound happier than you do.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm just enjoying the peace and quiet after all that activity.
You kick your feet up on the ottoman. I'm going to get killed. So just as
They say that 50% of women really love Harak, but it sounds like maybe you're not in that 50%, and we need to go find a new area.
Well, there's the Harvest Festival is coming up, and I'm excited to go visit Valshond again.
That's where you are now.
You said,
You're in Valshond.
We're
In the
the
Pig?
pig. We're at the pig.
Yeah.
well, I'm
guess you
excited
just
to be
got
The other
back.
place was the Stinky
I'm happy
Salamander.
to be back in Valshond, but it was nice spending a lot of time with my fellow sisters.
So when that fever hit in the city in Harak, there was actually several people that died flat out from it. It's like I'm treating it as that sickness was kind of like the flu every few years, where a lot of older or younger people might die, but everybody eventually starts feeling better. And that was what went down for about a month or so in Harak, just a few months ago.
Right. What about you, Fireboy? What you been up to?
Well, me and Prometheus have been trying to see what we could pull from Jolly Gerald's burnt down forge. We found some decent stuff. Nothing. Prometheus was hoping to find some good secrets, because Gerald said he was working on the weapon, the thing, but we don't have any evidence of finding anything worthwhile. Although Prometheus still believes there's something out there. I just don't think it's at the forge. I do have a special note. I almost killed myself at the forge the other day by falling into the fire, but
It was
apparently,
recent.
yeah, apparently I'm okay. It doesn't really bother me. Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I can't really explain it. I don't really know exactly where my powers come from per se, but
Where
Perhaps
you fell
I
into
never
the
had
fire?
this option before. I could manipulate fire, but it could still damage me. But recently, so I don't know. Something's happened.
Maybe make a demonstration with the candle on the table.
Yeah. Hover
Is
my
your skin
hand.
the same?
I pull like a Mr. Joshua
like,
from Lethal
scaly
Weapon.
now?
Just no, still the same.
Probably a little thicker skin.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know
nothing.
how obvious
I
it
look
might
the same.
be.
Huh.
Fair enough.
Well, it's interesting. That's a lot more exciting than what I've been working on getting a little sneakier. Been working on my stealth. So, I had this time. So, I go out every day and I practice my archery out in the woods. And so I decided I'd work on my sneaking too. So, as a little metagaming note, my level up move is camouflage. Since Joe, you asked us to mention it.
Yep.
So I can hide and not be seen by any enemies, basically until I attack. Let me actually make sure that's right. Yep, enemies never spot me until I make a movement.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting that you've been practicing standing real still.
Yeah, it's important when you're
Which
as
is probably
spastic
hard
as
to-
I am.
Yeah,
That's why the
yeah.
Spastic Pig is my favorite
Yeah,
tavern
exactly.
in town. I like to move.
You'll know
Speaking of which-
you're good whenever what's your Cloud? Is that the name?
Cloud. Yep.
When she pisses on you, that's how good. Like she didn't even know you were there.
That's true. Well, speaking of
Speaking of
I'm not even going to say
Wait a
that.
second.
But speaking of
Golden
spastic
showers.
pig, do you really think that plaid skirts are appropriate wear for the serving girls here? Not sure that that's.
I'm not
surprised.
surprised. Why wear skirts at all?
They're short enough.
Now that Sheila's been promoted the manager, I think
Sheila, that's what it
the
was.
gloves are
dress
off.
the dress code has changed drastically.
See,
I'm
this
not
is
sure
where
I
I'm trying
approve.
to make sure I got my notes straight.
Well, I
because-
have-
Yeah, I couldn't remember because we had two different. We had
Right,
the
so in
salamander.
Iraq.
Yeah, we had,
All right, so I thought those were the servers in Iraq because that's why I thought I played it last time. But you're right, Sheila and Sharon.
Sheila and
I
Sharon.
know it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I
And I
thought
thought
it
they
was
were
Shelley
Iraq.
for some reason.
Shelley.
Anyway,
But now Wendy's here.
Well, you know, when you're drinking
New
Dwarven
hire.
Ale, the names all blend together.
They do. When you've had enough of it.
I do have something a little bit of semi-interesting from Jolly Gerald's notes that we found. He mentioned something rambling on about some unnamed wizard. So I don't know if he was trying to use some type of magic stuff with his forgery or what's going on. It's interesting.
Gerald's
Prometheus
notes?
is convinced that there's
Yeah.
magic involved in Jolly Gerald's recipe for the ultimate weapon.
Yeah.
Now, ultimate's probably the wrong word.
Like
Legendary.
normal heat, you're going to need some magical heat to forge a certain weapon type.
Most likely, yeah. And there might be somebody coming through the door at almost any time. I'll leave that up to the guest.
All right. So I guess you guys look up and this mountain of a man, 6'5", like 250, comes in and wearing plate armor, and he carries himself like a much younger man, but looks like he's probably in his 50s, which for a paladin is sort of unusual, I guess, of an age. It's sort of old for a paladin. But
Is
at
he
the
human?
Yeah, he's definitely human.
I
Graying
think
hair.
50s is old unless you're a wizard.
But he's also not like very scarred up that you would think a paladin of that age would be. So he's just older, and he approaches your table and is like, well, "Are you the adventuring party that saved Valshond? My order said that there was an adventuring party in here that might be able to help me."
Who's asking?
Well, my name is Laramie Burnsteel.
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 That's a great name.
It's a
Yeah.
cool name.
Are you from Iraq?
No, I'm from down south, but I get around.
No, I come from my penis.
But I am paladin of the great Josiah. He is the god of knowledge and hidden things. Go Joe. And
I didn't plan that.
and normally I'm sent in to punch those hidden things in the mouth and tell them to calm down. But anyway, this last time a shady figure came into our order and requested we go into some little wizard workshop up in the mountains and take care of things. And we were short-handed, so they sent just me. And I
You
mean,
must have been real short-handed.
I mean, yeah, but it's nothing new. I'm usually pretty good at this. But when I got in there, I guess it was a little much, and they caught me off guard, and I think I'm cursed. I mean, for one thing,
You don't have the Savannah fever, do you?
no, but I was like 27 last week, so
You don't look any over 30.
I think something's real wrong. But I was hoping I could get some help and maybe figuring this out.
Sheila was 27 last week, too, but that's just because I had 3 tankards of ale. You see her cursed and you're a 60-year-old paladin or a 50-year-old paladin?
I mean, it seems like it's just draining out of me. Like, I don't know how long I have left. Seems like by the day I get older. Like I only
You
left
just sit
like,
around and watch Matlock?
Murder, She Wrote.
He
Your
eats
nuts hanging
dinner
down
at
to your
4.
I mean, I really love that stage show.
How were you afflicted with this curse?
Well, I mean, I was in that workshop area, and then, I mean, it gets fuzzy. I guess getting old is like that. But
I wouldn't know.
but then it just got old. I don't know. Like they said it was cursed, but I thought I could just get over it. So
Just walk it off.
Yeah, just walk it off. I don't know.
You know, we have a cleric that may or may not be able to remove curses.
I mean, that would be great. I mean, all my powers have not done anything so far.
I mean, I don't know if this is a curse that she can easily remove, or maybe we need to go on a massive quest to find the wizard who can remove the curse.
So
I don't know.
I think I know the answer to that one.
I don't know which way this is going to go.
Yeah.
But hey,
I don't believe I've been granted that type of powers by my
you might
goddess.
seek some kind of guidance, though. Who knows?
I'm gonna have to cut myself.
oh yeah.
This might
I love
get
it when she
weird,
does
but
this.
don't worry, it's all right.
Wait, she's that kind of cleric?
Well, she's a cultist.
I am not a cultist.
I mean,
You
if
should know that
she's
by
the
now.
kind of cleric that I think she is, I would be careful calling her a cultist. The last of her order, if she's in the same order, I don't know, there might be more orders of the blood clerics. But the last one I ran into, that man cut his own arm off at the elbow and forged it into a sword. And he took down 47 demons before he fell on the ground.
That sounds awesome.
So I would
actually.
be-
What's
I
his
would
name?
be
Guts? That sounds awesome.
His name was Virgil.
No, it wouldn't have been in my order, but he may be a worshiper of Zoraika.
That's very possible.
And I was
Wow.
thinking, Bridget, Lenore would be dressed different from the last time they saw her, wouldn't she?
Yes, I'll look a little bit different. Same
Plaid skirt kind of thing.
Sexy
Not
nurse's
the-
outfit.
No.
She's in scrubs now.
I just
Nope.
wanted to give you the option if that made you feel good.
Nurse's chainmail bikini.
I've gotten rid of the shield and the mace, and I now carry what appears to be a simple wooden staff. Pourquoi?
Appears
to
Pourquoi? Because I have been granted a gift from my goddess that I no longer need to carry a shield or wear armor, and I still have
So was that gift
Armor
a
protection.
stick?
It's respect.
the
Goddess
staff.
is like, here, just have some wood.
No, the staff
got
is
wood,
to
yeah.
remind us of simplicity and the basics. Go back to the basics.
I can dig it.
That
So-
sounds good.
So you're going to hit people with your staff? Or you're
Yeah.
going to cast spells with your staff?
No, I'm going to hit people. It's a two-handed weapon, if necessary.
All right.
Well, I'm optimistic now that we have a lady with a stick that we can take care of
There are
whatever.
many uses for the stick.
She
Did
tries
you
to hit
want
me
to talk
with
to
this sometimes.
Zoraika at all?
So your order
You, of
has
course,
no,
don't have to, but
I
no
need
information
more.
about
I
curses
need more
of these?
More
Well,
like
I
this?
mean,
ale.
I figured since I was sort of on a limited timeline here that I would try to hit the nearest town and maybe get it taken care of. And they said that you guys might be the best, so
We're the best.
Oh, we are the
Yes,
best.
around.
or at
Nothing's
least
going to ever keep you down.
fairly
right.
successful. One of the two.
I think that's really our slogan. We're the fairly successful adventuring party.
We like to bring it up to a nice, respectable level.
I did hear you had a druid though. I don't see her here though.
Yes.
Yeah, she's an awesome druid, but she's got some things to take care of at home and some insecurities that she's dealing with.
I'm always a fan of druids, but
Well, maybe
never know.
do we need to go check out the area that you were cursed in? Maybe
well, I
find
mean, if
some
you
clues
can't
to
cure
the.
me, then that sounds like the next possible thing.
So
Wait, perhaps you should ask Zoraika for guidance, and then we can make a decision after that.
I guess.
You're very sure of yourself. The heavy sigh of Zoraika.
It's like a Charlie Brown
she's like, I
maneuver.
don't want to cut myself again.
No. See, I love cutting myself.
Where was this? While she thinks
Yeah.
about whether or not she wants to ask her goddess for guidance, where's this workshop? Do you have any idea?
Well, it was up in the mountains about half day from here.
Oh,
but,
that's not far.
Yeah, but I mean, I
it
don't know
was
how
not far
many
for
half
us.
days I have.
I was gonna say it's not far for us. It might be far. It might be a hard hike for a 50-year-old.
Does that
Well,
location match
I'm
up with
sure
any of
you, son,
Gerald's notes?
that I could walk just as good as anyone.
Do we have to stop for bathroom breaks every 2 hours?
All right.
Well,
I'll,
I just do it as a walk.
sir, I need your trust.
I guess you have it, ma'am.
Okay.
I don't think trust goes with, I guess you have it.
Give me your hand.
Uh huh.
Okay. I'm going to take his hand and lay it across my hand,
Yeah.
and I'm going to use my holy symbol and pray to Zoraika for guidance on how to fix this curse.
Okay.
And I'm going to take out my secret holy symbol, and I'm going to cut across the tip of his finger and my hand at the same time,
Okay.
and see what the blood tells me.
How do you feel about that, Mr. Burnside?
I guess that makes us blood brothers now.
It's Burn Steel.
Oh,
Burns
Steel.
Steel.
Sorry. I'm just going to call him Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns.
Here's what will happen this time. The little stream of blood comes together from both of yours, and it kind of wraps at the wrist and takes both of your hands and makes them point in the direction that Laramie knows is where the workshop is.
Hey, that's about the direction
Apparently,
that workshop.
Zoraika believes we should go back to the workshop.
Y'all cross the stream.
All hail Zoraika.
Bloodstream, yeah.
Praise Zoraika. She is wise
Good.
and wonderful
And wonderful.
and painful, which is wonderful.
Well,
Wonderfully painful.
I mean, if
so
she
good.
is guiding us, we should probably head out then.
Thank you for your trust.
Absolutely. I just got to watch out, though, because I am getting old and my skin is getting thinner. So,
Well, here, let me put a Band-Aid on that.
well, thank you. I didn't know we had Hello Kitty Band-Aids.
The anemia's kicking in.
I have all kinds of Band-Aids.
Excellent.
So next, you guys are going to travel. Is there anything you need to pick up before you go?
We said day and a half or half day?
Half a day.
Half day.
Half a
Oh,
day.
yeah, I think
Heck, you could make it back in time for the Harvest Festival.
sounds good.
Well, I'd like to. I mean, we're going to be in the wagon, waving to the people.
I'd like to make it back because I
We're
hear
in the
that,
harvest moon?
We're
Yeah,
in
well.
the harvest, the little parade that they
you're on
have.
one
I
of
hear
the
that Wendy's going to be dressed as a farmer's daughter, so I want to make sure I'm back for that.
You'll be on one of the quote-unquote floats in the
Oh.
parade. All right.
I want to make it back, too, because that'll mean that I'm alive.
I just hope we're not on the wagon that's towed behind the giant ox, because
Oh,
He's-
So is this
He's a
the
bit
workshop that
stinky.
we're going to? Is this on a road, or do we need to make a perilous journey across the countryside?
don't give
or-
him any ideas.
How does this work?
It's definitely not a safe journey. If it was, you wouldn't just
Much
need
too
a
perilous.
paladin. You could
I mean,
send
it's
anybody.
safer with me.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, let's go ahead and make a perilous journey. I think that's a reasonable thing to do, considering timing is very crucial to somebody here.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be awesome if we fail our rolls here and Laramie just dies on the trip. We don't get there in time.
Of dysentery?
Like,
And that's
hey,
all
Mike,
for this
sorry for
episode.
coming today.
The only good thing is I've made enough Dungeon World characters that I could probably make one in about 2 minutes.
That works.
Next up, Wiley, the juggling clown from the local carnival.
Does he have a beard already? Like, is his facial hair growing back? Is
You know,
it?
let's
Are you
say-
aging that quick
let's
that we
say
could
yes,
see?
His hair is growing at almost a visible rate.
Wow.
And it's coming in slightly blonde.
Well, I mean, I can't control it. Seems like a weird part of the curse.
Yeah. And
Sir, you need to trim your fingernails.
All right.
All right, just give me a second. Take out a long sword. Shave him down.
let's do that perilous journey. Who's going to take which spots here?
I'll scout,
You'll
if
scout.
that's all right.
Well, I hope
Is that all right with
Well,
y'all if I go up and
fine.
scout, since I'm the ranger?
Your dice will be the final arbiter of if it was all right or not.
Yeah, I'll do Trailblazer.
Although maybe I should trailblaze since I sort of know where
That's
we're
true.
going.
Wait, what's the difference?
You don't want
between
me
scout
being
and trailblazer?
quartermaster because I will just eat all food on purpose.
I could be
Scout
the
is stopping
quartermaster.
anyone from getting the
Since
drop on you.
I've got my
Trailblazer is finding the best
Do
route.
it up.
wisdom maxed out.
If you fail this, we're in trouble.
Yeah, I know, right? Quartermaster.
Oh, that's a good roll.
That's a good roll.
Oh, you crushed it.
7.
What is the modifier for
8,
scouting?
9?
Wisdom.
Wait, is that right?
9,
That should be a +3 now for wisdom.
which is average.
10.
right.
10. This game's easy
What
when
did
you roll
have
10
for,
plus.
For Trailblazing.
Trailblazing, Laramie Burnsteel has a 10.
All right. So you find the best route there. And You don't have to worry about any supplies or rations because Zoraika's follower has that covered. We have, however, out there as the scout, Breton, you notice up ahead of you, noticing you at almost the same time, is what looks like a zombie that's staring directly at you.
A zombie?
About 100 yards up ahead of you on the trail that Laramie has pointed you on. It was a pretty obscure trail. I would almost say you would not have found it yourself without extensive searching. Even as the talented ranger you are. This is like a trail lost to the ages. And you've been on the road for maybe 5-6 hours at this point. So you're probably halfway there.
So can I signal back to my party that there's something ahead and then be super still so that I can use my camouflage move?
What would Cloud do?
What would Cloud do?
Because Cloud doesn't camouflage.
I could send Cloud back to them and say, hey,
There you
Cloud, go bark. I know
What?
wolves
We don't have
don't
the
bark.
druid anymore, though.
Wolves don't bark, but I'll telepathically say, hey, Cloud, go bark.
I have
And
an
Cloud
idea.
will go,
I have an idea because a paladin can speak with dead. Kill the wolf.
Wait.
I'm not killing my wolf.
No, but
Trillium would not like that.
No, not really. All right, so you're going to try the camouflage and send Cloud back.
Sure.
All right.
Just in case the zombie's coming towards us, I want to be able to get the drop on him.
Because of what you said, I'm going to have you act out Cloud as Cloud reaches
Oh,
to
this
the
is
party.
awesome.
This is Cloud running.
She's female, right?
Hi, Cloud.
Yes.
Cloud is such a beautiful
What is it, girl?
And then Cloud stops and looks at Laramie and goes over, looks at him, and then goes away and pees on the tree right next to him. I'm also talking in a Laramie accent. I'm not sure why. Because my
that's
wolf
the
is
first
not
place-
a Western
yeah.
cowboy.
It's infectious.
And wolves, they don't speak wolf, so she's going,
Correct.
Trillium's not here. We don't know what you're saying.
What is it, boy? Did
Like a hobgoblin?
Brett fall down the well?
and she's going to say in wolf, which is brains. But you don't know that. But that's what she's saying.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
I
assume
think
Brett's
Cloud
in
might have
trouble. I
eaten
don't-
some
I don't
of the.
Right. And she's going to look at them for like
Halfling leaf
2
or
minutes of
something.
doing random things and then literally like pee again and then run back up to Brett
Okay.
and say they're smart enough to figure it out.
Oh, definitely.
Something's
That's
going
what
on.
she's
They
I
gotta
mean,
be
that
smarter
made
than
all the
that.
sense in the world.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
So
Cloud is an interesting
the
animal.
three of you, how do you react to that?
Well, I figure something's up.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but something's up.
And also, I would figure Breton's probably just out of eyesight. He would be just far enough ahead that you can't see him.
We can't
So
see him anyway.
when Cloud goes running off back up the trail, as soon as Cloud is out of sight, you guys do what?
I'm going to
Does
get
she
ready
usually
to
do that?
launch a magic missile. So I'm going to start
Get ready.
getting ready for it.
Okay.
I'll be a little more stealthy on my movement, but I'm not conjuring anything yet.
I mean, if y'all are getting worried and look like you're starting to prep things, I'll just put my hand on my long sword and just get ready to go.
Okay. Breton, the zombie has not stopped staring at you, but isn't approaching you. Even camouflage, it's like looking directly at you.
And I know that it's a zombie.
It's
I mean,
one of those almost unmistakable things. It looks.
I mean, I'm a
what you
ranger.
can see, right? From what you can see, it's like rotting, and it's got raggedy armor and clothing, and it looks like it was probably a soldier at one point.
And how far do we think? Do I know how far we are from the wizard's workshop at this point?
Based on what you've been told by your excellent trailblazer, you're probably about halfway there.
Halfway there.
Yeah, within maybe 6 hours.
So in my mind, I'm like, well, is this a random encounter with a zombie, or is this a necromancer wizard who's got nasty, like, defenses up around his place?
Very well could be. And when we say halfway there, half a day march, it's really not that far. It's just not easy terrain to get through.
Right.
You're walking through secluded trails. You're not going any faster than maybe 2 miles an hour, maybe.
Right.
Like a brisk walk at the fastest.
So I could probably take
So we are on foot.
Yes,
Sure.
you are
Okay.
on foot.
I could probably take a single zombie down, no problem. But I'm going to choose to actually backtrack back
Okay.
to the party, tell them, hey guys, I don't know what's up, but there's a
Just as a note, as soon as you start moving back, it stops staring at you, and it just kind of walks in a little circle.
Where it is?
Yeah. Like it's just a sentry.
Yeah.
Would probably be a good way to put it. But
It's got an
walking.
invisible fence.
It has an invisible zombie
Yeah.
fence, yes.
Well, I guess I would come back and tell
Yeah.
you guys that, like, hey guys, I was scouting ahead. There's
Jesus,
some-
you came out of nowhere. How about a little warning next time?
Look, his hair went gray again.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take a year off your life. But y'all, hey, just prepare yourself for this mentally. You ready?
I'm ready.
There is an undead creature, maybe a zombie, up on the road ahead of us.
Is
I
that
see how
all?
he's like going into the.
I don't
accent.
know.
You're just
I don't
slipping
know.
right into
No,
it.
I'm just trying to empathize. I don't know if it's just one zombie or if it's like done 12 zombies.
I mean, I think it's offensive that you're speaking in my accent. But, I mean, I'll just go up with you if you want. I mean, if you're afraid to go up there,
So you didn't notice this on your way back, Laramie?
Yeah, I'm asking.
No
Did
zombies.
you see any zombies on your way out of getting cursed?
I mean, I don't think so.
Are you a zombie?
I don't think so.
You know what? Maybe he was cursed as well, and that's what's
His
going
blood
on.
looked normal when he was cut. How about that?
No, seriously. Hey, I wasn't trying to make fun of you. I naturally slide into the accent of whomever I'm with.
Uh-huh.
I was raised north of Iraq.
He was
and
raised
when
by
I'm
wolves.
in Valshond, I just slide into the accent with Wendy, and when I'm in Iraq, I just talk like Drummond. Just the way it happens. But anyways,
You are Trish, sir.
I should have stayed in Iraq.
it don't change nothing. That there's a zombie up there that we got to deal with, and there might be 12 of them.
I mean, do we need to deal with it, or can we just,
What's that?
bypass it?
Look,
That's the
if
question.
y'all, if you gentlemen would like to stay here and discuss it, that's fine. I'd like to go dispatch
Said
that
zombies?
abomination.
Well,
I'd be happy to go with you.
and so
man.
I could have dispatched him easily with my blotting out the sun.
Sure, you could, son. I'll pat you on the back.
I just want y'all
I'm
to
going to
feel
take off
good.
and go.
I want y'all to feel good about being involved. And if 10 more of them spring out of the...
So Lenore's already walking.
I'm walking.
Yeah, I want
Alright.
to see this. I've never
I've
seen
got
this.
my.
Well, let's follow her and let her do her thing. She's on. Just don't mess with a woman ready to cast a spell.
Yeah, I'll
I got
put my
my
sword
glowing-
and shield and go after her.
It was a blue missile.
Blue.
All right, I'm going to
It's a blue
ready my bow
glowing orb.
and walk up with the party behind Lenore.
Okay. So as you approach, right at the edge of your vision, you see this figure kind of walking in a circle. Call it maybe an 8-foot circle or so. And as soon as you get to a certain spot, and Breton, you recognize pretty much where you stopped when you saw the thing. As soon as Lenore reaches that spot, the thing stops, turns, and stares directly at you. And it looks as I described, something rotting and tattered armor, and it looks like it was probably a soldier at some point in its life, or previous life. And it's just standing there staring at you now.
Maybe before we kill it, we should try to talk to it. I know it's not a popular choice around here, but...
Well, you guys can speak to dead, right?
Well,
I can't.
I've been blessed by
undead.
Josiah. I could go try
true.
to talk to him.
How did Josiah bless you?
Well, Josiah wants me to be able to reprimand the mysteries of this world in their own voice. So if zombies have a language, I'm sure I know that language.
Well,
But,
all right.
I'll walk on up.
I'd like to watch that happen.
And I walk up within like 10 feet of him, and I'm like, "Excuse me, sir. I'm Laramie Burnsteel, a paladin of Josiah, and I would like for you to let us pass."
So as you... do you
Does he
want
have to?
No, he's just talking to it. It's a paladin thing. He's not speaking with dead. He's doing a paladin thing.
Oh,
I have a voice that transcends language.
So everybody else hears grunting and moaning and just kind of airy sounds from the zombie. Just and
It sounds like Wendy last
Sounds like
night.
Cloud, actually.
Laramie, the soldier is doing his. If he was just asked his name, rank, and serial number kind of thing, and that's what you're hearing from him. His Bob Smith, Sergeant Second Class, Iraq military, blah, blah, blah. And then he names off a year that is 200 years in the past. And
Well, that
you
is
recognize
something.
the stuff that he's wearing is very old. But it's like you said something, it triggered some memory in him, and he's reading his voicemail recording to you.
Well, fellas, he says he was a soldier in the Iraq military, but like 200 years ago, so that's something.
That's older than you.
I mean, that is older than me.
Maybe not in a
as
couple
I am
days.
27.
Yeah.
But what you want me to tell him?
Did he sound friendly or aggressive?
I mean, he sounded like he was saying his information.
What do you think would happen if you just walked by him?
What's his duty? Why is he here?
I mean, it seems like he's patrolling.
But only an 8-foot space? That's odd.
Well, I mean, it is tough getting old. That is for sure.
Can't get over.
And just as a reminder, where you're walking through is almost like a tunnel of nature. So it appears that the zombie is patrolling the way through. You would probably have to hack around if you want to try and go around it. So it's watching the obvious entrance as a sentry.
Gotcha.
I think we should be deferential to him and then just try to walk on Bass. And if he stops us, we'll chop off his head.
Well, I mean, you really jumped there from talking to stabbing off a head, but we'll give it a shot.
Who's going to try to walk past first?
Or, well, why don't I try to walk? Can I get off the path and go 20 yards to his right?
No, it's not that wide.
It's literally one path?
It's very narrow. You'd have to hack through some bushes and.
So this is either
little
we
trees.
pass or we fight.
Yeah.
How about-
I think we
The
should
reason
put
he's
his body to rest.
How about I hold him, and we'll see if he says something when we walk by him.
I mean, he does sound like a little TLC might be what the doctor ordered on him.
Not that kind of hold.
I mean, all right.
Zombie hug.
More of a
Maybe we could just give him a lot of respect as we walk by and say, you have done a fantastic job in your duty. And
Love the accent.
oh, but that was not intentional. You have done a fantastic job in your duty, and we appreciate the sentinel-like nature with which you have served. And just walk by and see what happens.
Is it? You know, I'm thinking, is this a side effect of camouflage? Now that when you're near Laramie, no one can tell you apart.
This is a side effect of being married to a Southern woman, and I've been sliding in and out of accents my whole life.
So yeah, well, who's going to be the one to try and walk past?
Maybe you should tell him
And
the
is
Iraq's that
anybody-
way, and he should just
And
get.
is
get a
Lenore
move on.
going to try hold person? I mean, you don't have to do anything, except at some point to further the adventure, you need to be on the other side of the
Yeah,
zombie.
I've got a sweet little spot in my heart for this zombie. I don't think he's going to hurt us.
Then you walk by.
I'm going to walk by and, hey,
And you listen to
Uriel,
him.
Can you be ready to just light him on fire if need be?
I'll hold my missile ready.
I think we should probably just put him down anyway. I mean,
So-
he's 200 years past his time. He should be in the ground, and his soul should be at rest.
So Laramie stopped about 10 feet away. As soon as you get a little closer than that, it stops reciting its recording to Laramie, and it draws out a sword that's pitted and old and corroded, but it draws the sword and turns towards you.
Towards
Oh.
me?
Yeah, towards the person who has gotten closer.
Doesn't seem to be going well.
Magic
Well,
missile.
shucks.
You have a magic missile?
Magic missile.
Go for it.
Let's let
Cast
Lenore
your
do her
spell.
thing.
Let's let him be a soldier, and perhaps you should sword fight him. Let him go out with some honor.
That magic missile's been prepped. I think it's going off.
Okay.
Let's do
Too late.
that.
Quick draw McGraw over
I mean,
there.
she's been holding the
Oh, that's
magic
fine.
missile,
Yeah, I'm
blowing
down.
out her hand.
8.
8. Okay, so on your cast a spell move, you have to pick one of the 7 to 9 things. you
Unwelcome attention.
Okay.
He's gonna-
roll some damage.
Roll some damage. Oh wait, that's 2d4.
2D.
I need a.
Duty.
This one's the 4.
The spike.
The pyramids.
I don't like these.
Yeah,
They're too
we
light.
They're dangerous.
2d4.
We like those fresh
5.
from Ingalls. So they're good. So 5. Okay. I could guess what it looks like when it hits something living. What does it look like when your magic missile hits something dead? Does it make a
Instead of
difference?
sparkling blue, it turns like a darker color, like a.
So like a drab.
Instead of an icy blue, it turns maybe like a navy bluish black.
So when that magic missile hits right dead center of the zombie's chest, the dark blue just kind of spreads through the zombie and it falls to the ground. And as soon as it falls to the ground, there's a thud. And then you immediately, right after, hear in unison the thud of boots farther up the path. Thud, thud.
Gentlemen,
Thud.
I think we have company.
And in addition to that thudding of boots, as the sound gets louder, you hear the sound of armor and metal moving up and down or something stepping. It's like thud, thud. It's like marching soldiers. And it is in perfect unison. Close enough that you can hear, but not yet so that you can see.
This is up the path from us.
Yeah.
You're a military man. How many guys does that sound like to you?
I don't know. Maybe at least 10, I'd say. Perhaps
Is
we
it
should get
definitely
ready.
enough to make the noise?
Yeah, it's going to be tricky.
Like it would be the T-Rex water thing with a little bit of shaking right now as they're stomping up the
And
road.
we still can't skirt around. We're going up the path.
I mean,
gotta-
technically you can't. You'd have to spend some time hacking
Yep.
through stuff to get around.
Well,
Unless you want me to burn half the forest down.
So you could also start a forest fire.
Yeah.
You don't have a druid.
No guarantee. No guarantee on stopping it.
Maybe we could try some tactics or something. Like, get off to the side, and
You mean
then
like
when they get close.
Different tactics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we could definitely make them, if they want to funnel through here, we could just make this the killing zone.
It might also seem like they're coming after the person who took down the sentry. Who knows? They might.
we could use her as bait.
Leave the woman behind!
Them moving seems to have been triggered by the sentry falling, which means they know something happened to the sentry and they're coming here regardless.
Perhaps we can cut down a tree to block the path. In my experience, zombies are not the most agile creatures. Maybe slow them down.
We have time to chop down the tree, make sure it's in the way of this, and I'd rather just prepare for an ambush.
Well,
Get ambush
I mean, this would be preparing in a way.
We don't know how much time we have, though.
I mean, I think
How
we have
about
a
a wall
couple
of
seconds
fire?
here. I'm going to need help, though.
How about a wall of fire?
I mean, that would be
Scarecrow?
good, too.
I'll be the guy that takes the, here I am, come get me, and you guys could sneak attack everybody.
Can I send Cloud up quick to see?
And just as you're ready to send Cloud up, you can see out of the shadows at the edge of your vision come a straight line of about 10 zombies, all dressed the same as this guy. And they're already holding swords up in front of them, like marching like tin soldiers kind of thing.
So how many of those guys can get in this tunnel, whatever you want to call it?
Well,
Just
it's
like
that wide. They're exactly
they can
as
get 10
wide
guys in
as
there?
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so where I was saying that this guy was walking the 8-foot thing, and you really couldn't just walk by him because
Right.
he could reach the edges. It's about that wide, so call it less than 20 feet wide, and they're all just like shoulder to shoulder piled in, and they're just walking down that path towards you.
Gotcha.
They're zombies; they don't need personal space. Right?
They don't.
they're just all. It's like a solid wall,
They're like arms locked playing Red Rover.
almost.
They're sort of doing a can.
Oh my god, that is awesome.
And they are now 50 feet away.
And kick. And
What kick?
and
So
kick.
for the FAR tag, what does that mean?
So the way I treat it is hand, of course, you can touch. Reach is something that you're holding can still reach it. Close is just right out of that range. I can't remember what the other one was, but far
near,
is
yeah, there's near.
far is you could probably barely see the whites of their eyes, kind of thing, and that's where you are now.
Okay. Then I will get some flame on
what,
action.
What far thing do you got? Well, describe what happens, or what's happening.
Start rubbing my hands together, and they start turning like red and a dark red, and then, which is new to you guys, and then they start turning almost like a blackened, like obsidian. The hotter it gets, it almost smells like charcoal, which is new. Normally it's not like that.
That'd be new to Larry, definitely.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, you fellas are full of surprises.
So I basically just want to have like I guess you can, how many, because I can do thrown or like far now, so
Yep. Okay.
I don't know if you
And
want
this
me.
is this your burning brand?
Yes, I don't know if you want me to limit me to how many targets I could try to hit with this, or
Well, what you
I would be like trying to throw like bolts, like almost like
yeah.
like spikes, fire spikes.
And so, how many do you get? Like,
There's no like limit.
so you have that's right. You have the weapon.
Yeah.
And so you'd be able to throw it once, and then someone else can do something, and then you
Yeah.
can throw it again, and someone
Right,
else
yeah,
can do something.
right.
So let's start with that.
Okay.
All right.
Bugs. Bugs. Well, this is just to conjure the weapon, I guess. We'll see if I can do
Okay.
that.
Yeah, let's
So
see if that works.
Let's get that going first. All right, so I got that action.
That looks good.
All right.
I see a 6 and a 4 on the die,
Yeah,
which is a high number already.
Yeah.
And you don't have any negatives for that.
No, yeah, that would have
Alright.
been 12 on that one.
And this is an audio
So
podcast.
this would be, so if,
Yeah.
I'm still going to use dexterity. You want me to use dexterity for tossing stuff around?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
because it would still be a volley. So you're
Alright.
still using the volley
Yeah.
attack.
All right. Is there anybody in the lead or no? Doesn't matter.
No, that's completely straight line.
All right. I'll start on the edges.
It's like one long zombie with 10 swords.
All right. I'll start on the left,
Okay.
throwing this fire bolt. Ooh.
Is there anything special about your fire?
No, not. It looks like normal fire right now. That misses.
What did you roll?
6.
A 6? So you failed. Take a chip for your failure.
Oh, god damn it.
And Cloud was headed there?
Well, yeah, well, I wanted to send Cloud up to see what was there, but
Yeah.
since we now see you,
Yeah, I mean, you could
What is
get a
happening?
more detailed look if you wanted, but the flames shoot past you guys, and they hit right on the edge of the woods. And however you interpret this, the flame hits the tree right at the far left edge of the zombie conga line. Actually, it's not a conga line. That's back front to back kind of thing. This is sideways.
It'd be a lot easier to hit that
It
way.
probably would.
it's like line dancing. It's
a showgirl line.
Yes, the zombie line dancing.
Uh-huh.
It hits to the left of the zombie line dancers, and as soon as it hits that tree, the fire just goes out. There isn't even a puff of smoke. Who else wants to do something?
I think I was
It's
planned.
thud, thud. So they're walking at that pace. Thud, thud. And at 50 feet, it's going to take them 10, 15 seconds to reach you from where they are now.
Right. So, I mean,
So you've got time. But each one of them, each one of the zombies, when you look, well, put it this way. From the character's perspective, when you look at them, it looks like all 10 are looking directly at you. For each character.
Right.
Whoever looking, it looks like they're staring
Yeah.
just at you.
I think Breton would use his bow from here and use the blood out the sun to fire 3 arrows simultaneously, try to hit 3 of them,
Okay.
and also be sicking Cloud up on the line,
Okay.
like to have Cloud flank.
Does Cloud like to taste of zombies? Because Cloud's kind of stubborn, isn't she?
Cloud is going to find out if she likes to taste the zombies. So let's see. This is, I guess, dexterity roll.
Well, it's your move. What does it say for your move?
Well, it's just an attack with a bow, and then I can
Okay.
spend extra ammo before rolling. For each point of ammo, I can choose an extra
Then
target.
it's a volley. Yeah.
Roll once and apply damage to all targets. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
4
it says.
plus 3, 7.
At least it wasn't a failure.
Yeah,
All right.
barely, though.
So on the 7 to 9 for volley, you get to pick one of those. Basic move sheet, which Kurt doesn't have in front of him. There's one.
Let's... Spinning. All right, volley, when I take it, I
I've only been
will.
playing this for 3 years.
He's still a newbie, though.
Yes.
Always
Losing
the new.
ammo.
I'm going to have a move to get the shot, placing me in a danger of the GM's choice, because I
All right.
don't want to reduce my damage or reduce my ammo because I'm using blood out the sun.
Exactly.
So I'm doing 3 attacks at full damage, but I'll be placed in danger by doing so.
All right.
So now I roll my damage, which I believe is a D8, I believe.
It's the ranger damage. What's the ranger damage?
D8?
There you go.
Come on.
Come on, Daddy needs a new pair of
I
hands.
rolled a 5 on the die.
Do you want to roll them individually, or do you want to roll keep the 5 for all of them?
It says roll once and apply damage to all targets, and that's
Okay.
above average, so I probably should take that.
Go for that then. So 3 of them get hit as the massive arrows flies down at them, and
You will fight in the shade.
Those 3 fall. You had to move to the side to get that shot, and as soon as you let the arrow go, the bushes to the left grab you, and you're now restrained in the bushes.
By the bushes?
The bushes themselves, and people would hear that when it happens. It's like a rustling, and it looks almost like Breton falls into the bushes on the side of the road. But when you look over at the noise, you see he's just like grabbed by all these branches and held fast.
Okay.
All right.
Lenore or Laramie.
Well, I mean, I see him go down in the bushes, and the bushes are trying to take him over. And I go over to him, and I'm like, well, when I pull on this, you got to wriggle yourself out. I'm strong, but not as strong as I used to be.
Yesterday.
But just be ready, and then I'll just yank him up to try to get him enough space to get out.
Okay. Are you going to help try to get out?
Sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. That sounds like strength. Straight up strength.
And that is another 10.
10? All right.
Pretty
So,
beefy.
Breton, inside the bushes, you can see Laramie give a mighty heave, like he's 27, but not really 27.
Hurts his back.
And
I hope he doesn't pull his hamstring on the back.
and as hard as he looks like he's pulling on them, you can tell if it wasn't for your help, there's no way you'd be out right now. So you could see there's definitely, he doesn't have the strength he ought to have. But you are able to wiggle your way out as Lenore.
Magic missile.
Another magic missile?
Yep. 8, 11.
11, so that's going to work. And no downside this time either.
Nope.
So, is it... yeah, so you're just going to roll...
Zombie-sicle.
Yeah. Zombie-sicle.
5.
All right, so another one goes down. So now 4 of the 10 have fallen, and the others kind of close ranks. They just make it so it's a completely even amount of or even spacing in between them as they continue to march forward. And they're all like, they didn't even notice the change, except that they all fell into the next step, moving closer towards each other to keep the ranks together.
Let's
Cloud.
finish him off.
Cloud up there took a bite at one of the zombies, and
Right, so I was just reading.
no,
I probably screwed that up. I should have
probably.
added Cloud's ferocity to my damage.
yeah, but it worked anyway. You took down the 3 zombies.
Right, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So does she now get to make her own kind of attack roll?
Nah, it's just part of you. It's
Okay.
a attacking concert.
Okay.
And that, when she was biting them to try and hold them up, she comes back, and you clearly get the indications, like, I don't want to do that again. She's spitting and trying to, like, lick the ground to clean her tongue off, and it's something nasty. She's like, that's old food.
Yeah, she's pretty high maintenance.
Yeah.
So
But,
And I wouldn't want to bite one either.
it's like the reverse of a dog trying to lick peanut butter out of one of the Kong things. It's like the exact reverse, trying to get the stuff back out of her mouth.
dude, if we don't get your curse lifted, you might be a zombie in 3 days.
Well,
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I hope not.
Well, all right, so there's just a handful left. Well, a handful. 6 out of 10 left. They
All right, so-
seem to fall pretty easily.
So I'm out of ammo, so I have to resort to my short sword. So at this point, even though she doesn't want to
Well,
eat
you
them,
shouldn't be out of ammo. We said last time when we were shopping ammo stuff and you were doing Blot Out the Sun that you should have more than 3.
oh, good. Okay,
So at least put yourself down for 4, if not 6.
okay. 3 was my initial.
Right. That's
Yeah.
how you start the character. But I'm positive we talked about you having more than that because you would just use them all up.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean, you shouldn't
yeah.
lose it if you don't fail.
And see,
But
that's
blow
what
out
I
the sun,
thought.
though, you burn it up. Because you shoot so many. So you burn up a whole ammo, right? I think for blood out the sun.
I still...
No, but you're right. I have a note right here. Even at level 2, you said 5 as extra reward.
Yeah.
So I will do that again. But I will also, regardless of how I do, after this one, I'm going to resort to my sword and go in. Because I know that they fall easily. So I'm going to charge in with my sword after this attack. But I've got my sword. I'm going to do Blot Out the Sun, 3 arrows, if that's okay.
Are you just going to run out of ammo?
Yeah.
The Ranger.
Well, I can go
It's
pick him
gonna
up,
run
right?
out of ammo.
At the end?
But no, you've used it up. That's the point. That's why it says spend.
Yeah.
You're spending it.
They're
You don't
They're not
retrieve.
retrievable.
Because if
Yeah,
you were,
probably not then.
if you weren't spending them,
They're
you
broken.
still have them.
Yeah.
It's not like they missed and like, oh, I can just pull the dirt.
All
They're
right.
broken.
Well, if they're gone,
Yeah,
Yeah,
then,
they're gone.
then I will, Cloud and I will,
Yeah, just go up.
yeah.
All right.
So
So
short
they-
sword style,
So if Cloud refuses to bite them again, what kind of tactics is Cloud going to use to help you?
it's distraction.
Distraction? Okay.
Yeah, by just like growling and being super annoying, and then
Okay.
looking like she's gonna bite them and be like, "Nah, I don't really
I
want."
don't think so.
But enough so that I can get a good swing. I mean, these
All
are
right.
pretty stupid. I think.
Oh, they seem to be just one focus.
Do I
Keep you
resort
out.
switch to strength on sword attacks or
If you're
dexterity?
using
Depends on
a
what kind
sword
of sword.
attack, it depends on what sword you have. I
Hack
think
and
you
slash.
I
are.
have a short sword.
But, oh gosh, I can't
Still be
remember
hack
what
and
the wording
slash,
is.
though,
It's
wouldn't
not
it?
finesse. It's something else here. Precise. Does it have a precise tag on
It
it?
does
Oh.
not.
It depends on your DM.
Yeah. What did you have for strength, Kurt?
+0. I have a 9.
can
Let's
do
use
it.
dexterity.
Okay. So I'm going in a little bit more like a fencer than a
Yes.
fighter. It doesn't matter because I rolled a 10. So that would be 13 with the dexterity or 10 with the strength.
Well, it's a 13 because we said dexterity.
Plus, I probably get a bonus from having Cloud involved.
What is the bonus, though? Is it bonus to attack or bonus to damage?
When we attack the same target, I add his ferocity to my damage.
Okay.
Okay.
So then you have. Bridget's asking me a question here, and yes, you can do that. So between you and Cloud, you take that one out, whichever one that you were distracting and messing with,
Okay.
because the addition to the damage will definitely do it.
Okay.
They seem to be a lot weaker than they look.
They look pretty.
So
weird.
they look. I mean, they look like zombie soldiers. Zombie soldiers shouldn't just fall when you punch them once. They're weaker than they look. Maybe because they're hundreds of years old.
It's tough getting old.
Yeah.
I think
Go
just
ahead,
finish them
Lenore,
off.
What do you want to try?
Magic missile again.
You're not going to try the other
I
thing?
just finish them off.
Okay. Well, there are 5 more.
There won't be after
Boy
that.
has
Oh yeah, I'm.
thrown a flame in.
Yeah,
I'm
throw a
not-
flame.
This isn't working for me. I'm gonna get up close and personal the way I like
Oh,
it.
yeah?
So
Okay.
I'm gonna switch out to a flaming sword that's like ginormously huge, kind of like the guy from Final Fantasy. I don't know what the. I don't
Okay.
know.
Dang.
It's like overly like wow, this is crazily.
It's longer than there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
of course.
Well, the point here being that with the distraction, they
It's
didn't-
probably like the sword
Yeah.
would probably be as tall as me. It's huge. It's
So as
insane.
you guys are approaching, of course, they're going to attack back because they have swords. But you have a longer sword,
Right.
and he had a wolf and all this. So at some point, they're going to be attacking back.
Of course, it might be right now. It's fine.
It might be.
I'll take us. Oh my god.
Yes, I think it'll be this time. But go ahead and give me your total there.
And you got a chip. You got a chip.
So you only get a +1? Wow.
Yeah, because usually I do other things. So,
All right, so yeah, take another. Well, actually, you could turn it into a 7.
No,
With-
no,
got
no,
it.
no, no,
Use your
no,
chip.
no, no.
A double fail?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Dang.
So at this point, the remaining zombies just immediately form a circle around Uriel.
All right.
And
Ooh.
there were, what did I say? There were 5 left? Let's
Yep,
say 5.
5. You
Because
said
that
5.
makes sense to me now. 3 out of the 5, their swords kind of come down in unison right at you. And you get poked 3 times. I'll let you roll it. 3d6. And each one you can remove your armor from.
I don't have armor.
You don't have any armor?
Nope.
At all?
That's correct.
Interesting. I thought you got a little bit of armor from something.
No, well, I have the fighting fire with fire. So if this,
Alright.
if each
Oh,
of these,
the
so
damage is
this
odd?
is yeah. So
Yeah.
if each of one of these is odd, I get to
Okay.
try to suck up some of the damage. So it's 3 separate attacks, and they're all even, well, except for this one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So so 1 will do 6.
And
And
one,
this looks like it's going to hurt.
yeah. So I'm hoping I could
Yeah.
take all of this actually off that. All right, so I can knock this down to 1.
Okay. So one of them does 1 point, one does 2, and one does 6.
Oh God.
And I can heal you afterwards. But I'm going to turn undead and get their attention.
And interestingly, their swords poking into you is almost like the way fire hits you now. It felt like it didn't hurt at all. There was no pain as the swords hit you. But you're bleeding and you have holes in you.
So it doesn't hurt, but it damaged.
Yes.
Interesting.
So it's like there's something magical kind of going on in the area. That's the tone I'm setting. Your fire goes out when it hits trees instead of lighting them on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Bushes grab the ranger.
All right. I'm going to...
It's a weird place.
You guys see me grab my necklace and hold it up, and I'm going to attempt to turn undead. And as long as I hold my symbol aloft and call on Zoraika for protection, I roll plus wisdom, a 7+, as long as I continue to pray. The undead can't come within reach of me. On a 10+, I can also momentarily daze intelligent undead and cause mindless undead to flee. Any aggression breaks the effects, and they're able to act as normal.
So, what do you say to Zoraika for protection?
You wouldn't understand it.
All right. Is it like Mermaid? You know, Daryl Hannah this?
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, it can be as simple as what you said. I call on Zoraika for protection.
Yes.
But you can have it any way you want.
Yeah, I'm going to call on Zoraika and say, save us from these abominations.
Go for it. Make big number.
What's that? 7?
Plus
10.
10. So on a 10,
10 plus, I
as soon as that happens, as soon as you call, what color is the light that would come through the trees?
Green.
Green light comes through the trees and it hits the remaining zombies
But I have to
like
keep
it has
holding
a
my symbol up.
physical presence and just blows them back away from Uriel, and they start running back up the path from whence they came. Running like
I was gonna say
a
running?
whole lot faster than they were. They're technically they're fleeing, and they flee at a faster pace than they guard.
And don't come back.
You're welcome. I told you you'd see the power of Zoraika.
I told you so.
And we're not a cult.
That's what I keep saying.
So now you've got the ones that are on the ground, and it looks like they're slowly melting into the ground, like very slowly. The ones that first fell a couple of minutes ago, they're like 9/10 above the ground, and like 1/10 of them is gone now. Like they're just kind of fading away. The Uriel is still bleeding from the spots where those
Can I heal
swords
him?
hit him. You can try it.
Okay.
See what happens.
I'm gonna.
Have you cast Cure Wounds yet? On
I
anybody?
I
haven't.
don't think so.
Let's hear what that's like.
I don't know if we've ever taken too much damage, really.
Yeah.
I'm
almost halfway
happy
down.
to try too.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no,
Definitely try.
I don't
I
want
want
to
you
step
to-
in the way of your business.
I mean, I have taxed Zoraika quite a bit today.
Well, I'm happy to do it. So I will go up and put a gauntleted hand down on your chest, and there's just like a light flash real quick.
He says, "Clear."
The power of Joe compels you.
What is this a roll? Is this,
It's cure light wounds, so I
it's
think
not
it's
a lay on hands. It's a cure wound.
Right.
Okay.
and that's
Wow.
10
Oh,
plus,
10 is good for spellcasting.
Yep.
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
Wisdom.
8.
So Breton, unlike his
So you take
the
7 back.
the feebleness of his strength when he was trying to pull you out of the
left.
bushes, there is clear conviction and force in his words as he's calling upon Josiah. Right?
He obviously believes strongly in
Yeah.
the power of Joe.
Where he might seem to be failing physically, he is not failing spiritually. And
My conviction is strong.
How much was that heal?
7.
7, so I got 2 wounds still.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
Yeah.
And on that healing and the zombies running off into the distance, the others kind of fading into the earth, we'll leave you guys to regroup and think about that as we wrap up this episode of Adventures from the Shed.
Bye.
So for now, we can all say...
See you later.
Bye.
Okay, I'm good.
The preceding podcast was brought to you by One Joe Young. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.